During the home tech merchandising, marketing, and sales session at TecHomeX, Tim Costello of BDX and sales expert Mike Moore explained how companies can maximize their home tech revenues and take rates. Among their main points, it's all about the buyer.
If you don't start with the customer experience first and work back, you won't sell anything. You can be an absolute expert in your product and sell very little. I don't care about your expertise in the product. You need to be an expert in a new home buyer. How do I think?
Costello says some of the best ways to reach a buyer are to focus on what will impact them the most, like aspirations and anxiety. Show them what they want and what can fix the things that concern them. And to do that effectively, companies will need visual storytelling and engagement in their digital approach.
The more interactivity you put in your digital products, the more engagement, the more likelihood to recommend the brand, engage with the brand, and to buy the product. Passive sites with text, passive sites with just pictures, right? Do not engage the public in your brand.
But that engagement can't stop with the online product. It needs to be a completely interactive and consistent experience throughout the buying process.
People want this digital continuity throughout the entire process, and it frustrates them a lot when there's a marketing message like this on certain tools, and then online they have certain tools, and then they show up in the physical center and the tools are all different, the messaging is all different, and then ownership different, experience doesn't look anything like what they were promised in those previous sections.
A good digital experience also is essential because that's how the customer is going to interact with companies, which will set them up to complete more sales in person.
Selling is not about presentation, that's about marketing. Selling is not about pitches, that's still part of marketing. Okay? I want marketing to bring me customers with a demand. Selling is about a personal engagement that earns the trust in 8 seconds.
Moore says average salespeople are now replaceable because of the internet, but the web won't ever replace exceptional salespeople.
The human spirit is an asset. The right intent in that spirit is an asset. If you manage that in your sales process, you'll turn salespeople on and they will multiply sales.
But none of this means anything unless companies understand exactly who they're targeting. For instance, affluent nesters aren't buying the same things as early adopters of technology, so companies need to adjust their marketing accordingly.
There are different aspirations for each one of these groups. It's not the same aspiration. And if you say, well, I only have one 8.5 by 11 flyer that I use, so I'll just put messages for all of them on the same flyer, that's no message at all. That means absolutely nothing to anybody.
Companies need to provide a crystal clear use case focus to customers, detailing how they'll make their lives better, show them something that will wow them, and make sure to define their brand promise and what makes them unique.
If you tell them that you can do anything, they hear nothing. This can't be a story about anything. It's got to be the story of you. I can't emphasize this enough. It's so easy to go, well, we can kind of do it all. Don't go there. Don't do everything. Figure out what you want to do and do it well.
And when companies figure that out, more sales will follow. For TecHomeX, I'm Tony Consiglio.